County District Attorney Deshae Morrow, and the Menominee Police Chief Justin Hofer. Their contact information, everything is on this handout over here. If you guys don't have it, there is one over there. Some other housekeeping things before we get started here. We're going to, like I said, allow you guys to answer some questions. We just ask that the questions and the interviews with the officers or the medical examiner or DA are done in here. We're not going to be going outside and doing anything additional other than what's being done in here. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get started. Is everybody ready? Okay. All right, I just want to thank you all for coming here today. Today we're going to give you guys a statement regarding the disappearance of Gabriella Cartagena and what we have been working on the last few days. On behalf of the Marinette Police Department, we would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Gabriella Cartagena during this very difficult time. On Thursday, February 5th, 2026, at approximately 11:40 a.m., the Marinette Police Department received a report of a possible missing person. It was reported that Gabriella was last seen by her family at her residence at approximately 5 p.m. on February 4th, 2026. It was further reported that Gabriella was believed to be with her boyfriend, Robert Chilcote, in the area of Red Arrow Park within the city of Marinette, which was during her last known phone contact with family. Shortly after receiving that information, Marinette Police Department officers arrived at Red Arrow and immediately recognized evidence that indicated this area was a potential crime scene. Through law enforcement investigative techniques, we were able to determine the whereabouts of Robert Chilcote. On February 5th at approximately 2:15 p.m., our department sent a request for assistance to the Wright County Sheriff's Office in Minnesota, as we identified Robert Chilcote as a person of interest in this case. On February 5th at approximately 3:30 p.m., Marinette Police Department detectives were notified by the Wright County Sheriff's Office that Chilcote was taken into custody by their department for fleeing a police officer. On February 5th, all the way through to February 9th, our department worked diligently and was able to gather information that narrowed down the search for Gabriella to an area in Menominee County. Law enforcement agencies continuously searched that area in an effort to locate Gabriella. On the morning of February 10th, 2026, at approximately 10 a.m., Gabriella was located deceased in a wooded area near Birch Creek Road in Menominee County, Michigan. The Marinette County Medical Examiner's Office took custody of Gabriella, and there's an autopsy being scheduled for today in Walworth County. Now I'd like to introduce Marinette Chief Police John Lacombe.
Hello, everybody. The Marinette Police Department extends its deepest condolences to the family of Gabriella Cartagena. This has been an incredibly difficult time for her loved ones and for our community. I have met with Gabriella's family several times throughout this investigation, and I will continue to remain available to them as this process moves forward. Our commitment to them does not end here. I would like to express my sincere appreciation for the many local law enforcement agencies that assisted in this investigation. The collaboration and professionalism demonstrated by the Marinette County Sheriff's Office, the Menominee Police Department, the Menominee County Sheriff's Office, the Wright County Sheriff's Office in Minnesota, and also the Marinette County's District Attorney's Office have been exceptional. The teamwork, coordination, and shared resources among these agencies have been instrumental in advancing this case. I also want to thank the communities of Marinette and Menominee for their vital role in this investigation. Community members stepped forward, providing video footage, sharing information, and reporting tips. Your cooperation and willingness to assist law enforcement made a significant difference and exemplifies the strength of our communities when we work together. We remain committed to seeking justice and ensuring the safety of our community.
Okay, now with that being said, we're going to open it up to questions. If you guys could just pick the person you would like to ask a question to, and then they can step up. Emily, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I guess, Chief, could you talk a little bit about what was found in Red Arrow Park that made you?
Sure. Upon our arrival, obviously, as weather goes, there was snow the night before. So we had that time lag between the original call where we put her there and then the time we were actually notified of her possibly missing. So there was some snow cover. While looking around the scene, we found some signs of possible blood and other disturbances in the area, which led us to believe that this was a scene we need to focus on for the start.
There was a call that she had made a call, and the last thing someone had heard was, "Please don't shoot me."
Correct, she was speaking with her mother, I believe.
And that was on the night of
The Wednesday? The 4th.
the 4th. What time was that call?
$7:19 p.m.
This is for the DA, that he obviously was arrested in Minnesota. What's the status here with case in Wisconsin with charges? Because he's been extradited back here. Can you step
So-
up to the mic?
So we are waiting on the autopsy results, and so once those are completed, those would be reviewed for possible charges. And yes, there is, as you mentioned, the extradition procedure that would be enacted. I've been in contact with the authorities in Minnesota. They've been extremely cooperative, and so there's some paperwork that has to be completed and filled out and sent through the governor's offices of both states. They have a procedure, like I said, for that, and so that's already being looked at.
But he's still in Minnesota at this
Correct.
point.
Correct.
I'm not sure if this is for Chief Lacombe or someone else, but why was Chilcote, well, first of all, was he from Marinette or Menominee? And why was he headed to Minnesota?
He was from the Marinette area. That's where he was living currently. We don't have the answers why he was heading to Minnesota. We did not locate any, through our follow-up, we did not locate any information that showed any ties to the Minnesota area.
Did he give any indication of, excuse me, how did the agencies work together to determine he was in Minnesota? What kind of technology did he use?
Well, there's, obviously we had the vehicle plate number and the color of that, so that information was sent out statewide, and then also there was some cell tower information used for some cell phones that may have been in the vehicle or with him to narrow down the area where he's at.
How about, how did you determine that the body was in Birch Creek Road area?
Well, that was a lot of boots on the ground kind of work. We were able to locate video from the area of leaving Red Arrow Park, the Bird Street boat launch, to put him out to the Ogden Street, and then some other residential and business cameras put him into Menominee, at which point the Menominee law enforcement started working their businesses and the residences. Were able to track the fact that he went northbound out of Menominee City and returned back in approximately 20-some minutes. 20-some minutes were his travel north of Menominee City, back into Menominee City. There's a 20-minute time frame. And we lined that up with some cell tower information, and that really narrowed down our search area, and we went from there.
Do you think she was deceased in Red Arrow Park and, for lack of a better term, just dumped in Michigan?
We believe the main incident occurred in the Red Arrow Park, correct?
Is anyone able to say how she died yet, or do you have to wait till the autopsy?
As of right now, the autopsy is still yet today, and we have not received those findings, so we have to wait for that before we can give it to the SHAE.
You know how long Robert and Gabrielle were in a relationship for?
And if there have been previous calls or reports regarding domestic violence or anything like that?
There was no reports involving the two of them with any type of disturbances.
And then the specific time frame as to how long they were in a relationship, that we do not know at this time.
Is there any idea of a motive? Motive behind the killing?
Not at this time, no.
When you were referring to Chilcote as the suspect or person of interest, I mean, do you think anybody else was involved?
He was the last person that we know to be with her and was with her when the phone call took place. And there may have been some conversations with our other family members after the time of the incident where it was confirmed that he was with her.
So he
with no
spoke-
mention of anybody else with them.
So he spoke with members of her family after that phone call where she said,
Correct,
please don't shoot me.
correct. There was contact made. We're not going to go any further on that information, but he did have contact with some of the family after the time the incident was alleged to happen.
Did they call him or did he call?
We're not going to get any further at this time.
Did Chilcote and Gabrielle have any children?
They had no children together. I believe she had one from a separate relationship.
And she's obviously from the Marinette area, or
She was living here recently. I think they're from the Milwaukee area originally.
you know how long she'd lived here?
I don't.
When you said living here recently, you don't know how long she,
I think we can date back to at least a year they were up here at minimum.
when you say they,
Her mother and her brother.
and her daughter, or her and her child.
Her child was here on and off, yes.
I believe I read online that he had a loaded rifle in his vehicle. Do you know if he was taken without, was there any force or any kind of retaliation by him?
There was no force or retaliation from him at the time. At the end of the pursuit, he was removed from the vehicle with no other incident taking place there. There was weapons found in the vehicle. I don't know if those were the weapon used in this incident or not. I'm just letting you know there was several firearms located in his vehicle at the time of his arrest in Minnesota.
Do you have a timeline on when, I mean, obviously the autopsy will be done and when you might see charges?
No specific timeline.
All right, does anybody else have any additional questions they would like to ask?
Did Minnesota police interview him about her death?
Minnesota Police did not. Marinette Police Department sent detectives out there, and they did make contact and interview him there.
I'm assuming you won't say what he told them.
Correct.
We've heard from Chief. Does anybody from the Sheriff's Department or Chief Hofer want to talk about just the collaboration of all four departments working together?
Yeah, I can say a few things. For those of you who know that we did have indication that a phone possibly had a location within Marinette County in the town of Peshtigo near the Little River Boat Landing. So upon us becoming aware of that, we did go out to that area. The city of Marinette did search that area extensively with drone and other things, and then we went out there a couple times as well. And then also locations out there. But we worked together with the chief of Menominee, and the sheriff of Menominee County pretty extensively. Very proud of the work that our detectives did in this case. When things will come out, you'll see there was quite a bit of extensive work that was done, and very proud of that collaboration. Not only just from their people, but from these leaders that you see here. We were side by side going through a lot of thick areas, and you know, a lot of days that were spent on this. So.
Does someone from the Menominee side want to speak?
Sure. What would you like to?
Oh, the same question. Just a collaboration and what you guys working together as one?
Yeah, it was essential. I mean, the work that Marinette City put in, Marinette County put in, Menominee City, everybody getting together, working together was outstanding. And my career here has always been that way. No matter what cases we get, everybody always works well together. And without all those resources, stuff like this would be very difficult to do on your own. So having everybody come together and work together is definitely benefits everybody in the area.
Just to clarify, without the collaboration of all the departments working together and the resources pooling, we wouldn't be where we're at today to have some closure on this case. I mean, it was pretty much 24/7 by members of each agency, whether they're out searching or planning for the next day or following up on tips or getting camera footage. It was just 24/7 since the time of the first call until we recovered her. You know, now we're busy doing the other stuff to tie up all the loose ends so we can get to her for the criminal complaint. So very pivotal and instrumental in this whole case was not just the law enforcement, but the communities were phenomenal. I mean, the support that they gave us from dropping off food at the police departments to checking on us when we're searching to calling their friends who they know lives in a possible area to see if their camera's working and calling us with video footage. Like, the community was amazing throughout this.
So there were no witnesses in the park, or nobody had heard?
Correct, no eyewitness.
Or nobody had heard a gun?
We did do a
shot?
neighborhood canvas down by Bird Street, which is the Red Arrow Park. There's two separate entries to it. One we call the Bird Street entrance. That's where the incident actually happened. It's the same Red Arrow Park, but it's just that side of the parking lot. There was, like I said, there was some camera footage that was obtained that was able to show the vehicle going in and out of the park and give us a time frame for that. And throughout the canvas, there was some people that indicated they believe they heard some arguing down there the night before around that time frame of the phone call made from mom or to mom, whatever it was.
Did Gabrielle or Robert, first of all, did they live together, and did they live in the Red Arrow Park area?
They do live together. They do not live in the Red Arrow Park area, but they do live in the city of Marinette.
I'm assuming Marinette is the lead agency on this, is that?
Yes, correct.
And just to clarify, is there no timeline on when charges will be brought in, when an autopsy will be complete, or just no timeline on when charges may be brought?
The timeline of the autopsy, that'll be completed today. So once those results get where we get the cause and manner of death officially, it'll go to the district attorney's office and then go from there. So I wouldn't imagine it being long. Like, we're winding down here.
All right, so is there any additional questions? All right, just want to thank you all for coming again today, and that concludes our press conference.